Right, so hey everyone and welcome back to another budget photography video. So, my main job is a photojournalist. I take photos of protests. That's what I do. It's something I really enjoy doing. And I kind of want to bring you guys along, but I don't really want to keep having to use my phone on top of a mount. And yeah, so what I did buy was a GoPro Hero 10. And I'll tell you what, I think it's one of the best things that I've ever brought. So why don't we go over some of its specs? We have 23 megapixels, 5.3K movie recording, and 4K at 120 FPS, which is mwah, chef's kiss. It's just really, really nice. And we can go even faster if we bring down the resolution at 240 FPS at 1080p. Which for most people will be pretty good. And because the GoPro is an action camera, you can submerge it up to 10 meters, 33 feet in water without a case. If you want to go deeper than about 10 meters, then I'm sorry, you're out of luck. You'll have to buy a case. But even so, for taking it in the, I don't know, the swimming pool, you should be pretty damn good with this GoPro. The camera itself feels really well made, but then again, it kind of has to, because GoPro has a lot of competition right now from the likes of Sony and DJI. So they really have to throw stuff at this camera and hope it sticks. And one of them that has stuck is how well made it just feels. It's that rubbery exterior and it just feels nice. Now, unfortunately, I do have a lot of bad things to say about this camera, but it doesn't mean I don't like it. I just think these are areas where GoPro can improve it for the 11 or the 12, whatever. But it's unlikely that they'll even see this video. But if you do, hey GoPro, fix what I'm about to say, please, please. Now, first of all, we start off with the front of the camera. Now, the front screen is really, really, really nice because it's nice to be able to see what you're filming. But the main lens is glass, and as a famous person once said, glass is glass, and well, glass breaks. Yeah. Now, the upside of having a glass lens is scratch resistant, which can be seen as a positive note. But I see this camera getting dropped a lot because, well, it is an action camera. So scratch resistance, drop resistance. Do you get what I'm trying to get at? It's a bit of a rock and a hard place. Because if they'd used plastic on the front of the lens, it would have been more drop resistant. But because they have used glass, it is more scratch resistant. Now, fortunately, you can remove the front glass and place on a filter of some kind, or maybe even if it's going into one of the boxes that make it more submergible. I haven't actually used one of the boxes, so I can't say. What I do know is the fact that it can handle an ND filter. And then continuing on with glass, we move around the back because the back screen is glass again, which again has the same benefits but the same negatives. It could be seen as a positive because it's more scratch resistant and this is an action camera, so bumps and scratches up against the back screen aren't going to be as noticeable. But also because this is an action camera, it's probably going to get dropped, and that screen, well, everyone nowadays usually has a glass phone, and we all know what happens when they get dropped, don't we? Now, continuing on with that rear screen, we have had touchscreens for years. Now, yes, capacitive touchscreens like the one used on the GoPro are still very, very new, like they are on mobile phones. But the amount of problems that I've had, I don't even have a list of all the problems that I've had with this screen. Now, the screen fully stops working when submerged in any water, which is to kind of be expected because you kind of mount it on where you are and, well, on your body, push record on the actual button, and then go swimming, for example. So that's kind of excusable. And then you've also got the app that you can control it through. So you can change your shutter speed, your ISO and exposure and all this, that and the other through the app. Now, the app itself works okay. It's nothing special, but you do kind of get the feeling that they want you to just control the camera from the app, which is, again, it's okay if the app was amazing, but it's really not. It's anything but. It's really quite laggy, if you ask me, and it's really half-assed and really half-baked. It's just pretty damn bad. You can kind of set it up and push record in the app, and there are other features that work, but I wouldn't really recommend doing anything else. Even transferring pictures or videos from the GoPro is a pain in the bum because they don't download directly to your phone. They download to the app, and then you have to export them from the app to your phone, whereas something like the Canon app, for example, you can download directly to your phone through the app. And then on to probably one of the worst things of this app, it keeps prompting me to buy cloud storage. Now, I do pay for cloud storage already, not with GoPro, but with Dropbox actually. And I don't want to buy any more. Every time I open the app, every time that I go to open the app, buy storage, buy online storage. No, GoPro, I will not buy your fucking storage. Do you understand? No. No. I don't want it. Leave me the f alone. Leave me alone. I want to transfer my pictures from my camera to my phone. That's basically it. I do not want to store them on your servers because 9 times out of 10, I delete them. I delete them. I keep the ones that I want. I'll keep the ones that I want on my phone. They'll go on Facebook or on my personal drives, and then they'll be deleted. No, GoPro, I do not want to keep buying your storage. Leave me alone. And then the final thing that I'll say about the app is the fact that it only has a dark mode. It only has a dark mode, which is great if you're not in direct sunlight. If you're in direct sunlight, prepare to not see your screen because the app, you just can't see it at all. Same as you probably can't see me properly. There we go, that's a bit better. Now, because this is a small camera, it's going to have small batteries and the battery life is okay. You're going to need to buy 2 batteries. You just are, full stop. Just buy 2 batteries and yeah. Now, on a positive note, actually, something that I recently learned is the fact that it can support mains power through, mains pass through, meaning you don't actually need to have a battery in the camera for it to be powered. You can power it fully by USB-C and an external power bank. So if you want to set up a time lapse, for example, a locked off time lapse, then you can. But that kind of segues into the next thing. There is no tripod mount. There is no standard 1.5-inch tripod mount like there is on something like this. Look, this light panel, I'm going to regret this. Look, can you see that little hole just there? That's a tripod screw. It means that you can connect it to a tripod. Most cameras nowadays use them, and yet GoPro just refuses to use them. They're still using their own proprietary pins, which, yeah, they're really, really nice. And the amount of accessories that they actually have, again, are really, really nice. But it would be nice to be able to clip it to a tripod. Now, something that I don't understand is its long shutter times. You press the button and then 3 to 4 seconds later, the shutter actuates and it takes a picture. And I don't know why it takes so long. Why? Why can't I take picture after picture after picture? Why? I know I can go into burst mode, but that's not easy because GoPro didn't design the user interface properly. Because the user interface on this camera is pish, to put it nicely. It's absolute horse crap. It really is. The user interface on the GoPro Hero 10, and I'm going to assume previous GoPros, is crap. They make it really hard to do anything. Now, yes, you can push the power button once or twice to get into different modes, either picture, time-lapse, or video, but everything else is just really, really annoying to get to. And then because this camera can shoot a really high quality video, and I'll be fair, it looks really, really nice, it does get really quite warm. And when I say warm, I mean it gets hot. So I'd be very, very careful. Now, electronics these days have varieties of safety systems built in to stop them from getting too hot and just disintegrating. So I wouldn't really worry about it. It will get warm, but just let the camera do what it needs to do. If it stops working for a little while, let it do what it needs to do. It will be the same with like an Apple product, for example. They turn off after a certain amount of time if they get too hot. So it would probably stop recording. If you feel like if it is getting too hot, then do what you think is best. But as a warning, it will get hot. So, in summary, it seems like as if I hate the GoPro Hero 10, but I don't, believe it or not. I actually really like it. For the purposes that I'm going to be using the GoPro Hero 10 for, I really do like the camera. It's nice, the image is nice, and it's going to be easy to record. Anyway guys, thanks for joining me in this video, and I'll see you in the next one.